Hi everybody, my name is Harry. Welcome back, or welcome to actually our first podcast with Further Travel. Today we have a wonderful creator, Amy, with us, who has been on a Further Travel trip. We're going to dive into kind of everything about the trip, how she liked it, and we're just going to have a bit of a chit chat. So Amy, it would be great if you could kind of introduce yourself and just tell us what kind of trip you've been on with us as well.
So, hi everyone, I'm Amy. So, I've just came back from a summer of travelling. I literally travelled for 4 months. I've done 2 trips with Camp Bali and Camp Thailand, and I've literally had the best summer of my life. And I feel like I just can't wait to just tell everyone about it because I feel like everyone needs to experience what I have.
That's crazy. 4 months, did you say?
Yeah, 4 months.
Oh my god. Right, I need a bit of a lowdown. So what programs did you go on, like specifically, and what dates?
So I started in June in Bali. So I flew to like Depenza and I'd done the 20-day island hopper tour. It was literally like the best taste to start solo traveling because you got a bit of like a hop around everywhere. Went to some islands, went to some local villages, went to obviously like the big places like Canggu and all of that stuff. And it was just so amazing to start solo traveling that way because obviously I met so many people, like so many people obviously I stayed in touch with as well. And yeah, like obviously understanding the money, the time zone change, having a local tour guide was insane. Like I got so much knowledge from there. And then yeah, just then from there I went over to Thailand and I'd done Thailand on my own actually. And I went to Thailand with 2 of the girls that I met from Camp Bali. And it was like so spontaneous. And we were just in Bali one day and we're like, do you wanna go to Thailand? And I was like, actually, yeah. So I literally did. We flew out to Bangkok and then we're done 3 weeks in Thailand. And then the girls left. I went back to Bali again and done another month in Bali. And then I flew back to Thailand and done the 20-day North Discovery tour with Camp Thailand.
Oh my god, that is a hefty summer, that, Amy.
No, I know, but I literally done 2 countries for 4 months. Like
Wow. And I mean, would you recommend the places that you've been, like Bali and Thailand, to people who haven't actually been before? Are they like the best places, would you say, for solo traveling?
Oh my god, yes. So Thailand is like full of just young people. Obviously, there's a big like drinking culture, but it's also so spiritual and it's such a nice cultural place to go to. And Bali is literally the best place on earth. I'm actually moving there in January. Like I love Bali so much. I could talk about Bali all day.
You are living the life, literally going travelling for 4 months and then moving to a place that you went solo travelling to in January. That is absolutely fantastic. So if we rewind to before you even booked Bali, and because obviously Bali is the first place that you booked with ourselves on Camp Bali, what made you kind of decide to go on this trip? Why did you decide on Camp Bali? Like, what was your thought process of, oh my god, that trip looks great, I'm gonna book with them?
So I've wanted to go to Bali for literally forever, I feel. I was meant to go when I was like 16 with school and then that got cancelled. I feel like since then I was always like, I need to go to Bali. But every year I'd say, oh, I'm going to go to Bali this year. And obviously you haven't booked anything, so it just doesn't happen. And then the next year I drove around and I was like, oh my God, like why haven't I been to this place yet? And I feel like I need to go there. I feel like I don't know, do you just feel like you always have to go somewhere? So yeah, I thought, I'm just gonna book with a trip and then I know it's stress over, I know it's booked, I know there's gonna be somebody there waiting for us, there'll be friends there. Um like accommodations included as well because I was working at the time and I didn't really have
Yeah.
time to like plan a route and plan accommodation. And the more I was looking into doing it solo traveling, the more I was thinking like, oh my god, I can't do this. Like having to research and having to like, where's the best place to stay? What do I need to take my backpack? And just honestly everything. Like I don't think people realise how much it actually is when you look at going to the other side of the world by yourself. Like it's a lot. And I thought like Camp Bali just offered everything and like the volunteering was a big selling point for me as well because I love like to give back and the volunteering that I done in Bali was honestly like the best, like some of the best days of my life. It was incredible. And yeah, I feel like Camp Bali just really gave everything that I was looking for.
Good. Yeah. I think I'm so glad you've kind of touched on that, Amy, that it's a lot to go solo traveling. And I don't think some people kind of understand that sometimes because it gets so glamorized on social media when people just say, especially influencers, when they're saying, yeah, I'm just going solo traveling, like it's so fun, which it is. And like you said, going to Bali is such a spiritual place, and it's such a gorgeous place to go to solo traveling. But there's a lot that goes into it. Like, obviously, you have to get your flights, you have to think of a complete route, you have to make sure the accommodation's booked, you have to make sure you've got enough money, you've got like the gist on money and currency and how to get taxis and things like that. But once you book with someone, I guess like us, when everything is just set out itinerary-wise, activity-wise, all your ground transport, it just makes it an introduction to solo travelling stress-free, I guess.
Absolutely, yeah. Like even like the fact that some of the girls when we were there obviously got a bit Bali belly, but like the local tour guide was so good, like in the bed with them and calling the local doctors, and like just all of it was just so stress free. It was like just the best taste at the solo traveling, I guess.
Yeah, totally. And that's another thing, I guess, when you go solo traveling, if something happens to you, God forbid, or even if it could be something minor, as in like, I don't know, the weather's bad, you kind of like, oh my God, like, I don't know what I'm going to do by myself. Like, I'm going to have a really boring day. But when you go on a group tour for solo travelers, you kind of, the world's your oyster in that, in the regard that if something bad happens, at least there's someone there to be like, oh my God, this has happened, what should we do? So it makes it like so much more friendly. Obviously, you said that you went traveling to Thailand with people that you met in Bali as well. Is like Camp Bali, Camp Thailand, like our camp programs, loads of questions we get asked is it easy to make friends? So obviously someone who's been, is it easy to make friends?
Oh my God, it's just so easy. But I don't think people understand, like, it's not like just a holiday. You're literally spending every minute with these people, and you're in such a like daunting position that you're at the other side of the world by yourself, and there's kind of like nothing to do apart from make friends, sort of thing. Obviously you're all in the same boat, which means it's just really, really easy to make friends. And I think as well, because obviously everyone's moved to that side of the world, you all kind of are the same sort of person, and you all kind of like want the same things. So yeah, like we literally just fell into a groove straight away. Like, and I was friends with everyone, but especially like the girls that I went to Thailand with, I was really, really close to. And even some of the girls in Bali, like I still talk to them every day. And like one of them's going to come up from London to come and see me in the next couple of weeks. So it's just, I just feel like friendships for life.
Love that. That is so cute. I think that's one of a really good point is that loads of people who, before they actually book on one of our trips, they always think, what happens if I don't like the people who are on the trips, or what happens if they're not around my age and things like that. And what we always tell them is that people who book on our trips are very like-minded in the sense that they might not have went solo traveling before. Obviously, we have like 95% female go on our trips as well. So we get a lot of girls who are like, what happens if I don't meet any girls who are going to be my friends? And we're like, just chill, like you'll be absolutely fine. There's so many people who kind of have not done this thing before, and everyone, I think, sometimes has the same worries as well. So if you go on one of our trips and you're scared about certain things, I think most people on the trips are also scared of the same things. So then it's just a good gateway to make friends, and you just learn about each other in such a short space of time, like you said, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I was quite worried, to be honest, because I'm not a big drinker. And I thought like, oh God, I'm going to like on this group trip, and everything I was seeing was sort of like a big drinking culture. And like I did go out with friends, like don't get us wrong, I had a crazy night in Finns. But apart from that, I was thinking, oh God, what am I gonna do on like the day to day? Like because I was imagining everyone just like going out for a drink every night. But I mean there was like 4 girls who were exactly the same as me and like didn't love a drink, and we would just like have chilled food, we'd go to yoga classes, like just all sorts. And I feel like you really do just like meet your people over there. And another thing is that the groups are so big that it's easy to find friends. There's a little bit of everything in there.
Yeah, and you'll always find someone who kind of matches your personality as well. Like we always say, if you're the type of person who just wants to chill around the pool and read a book rather than going on a day drinking sesh, then you can do that, because there will be some people who just want to do the chill side of things, and there's people who want to kind of always kind of have drinks and stuff. So like we always just say, if you're a certain personality type, will always find like a good group to go with as well. Obviously, Amy, did you go by yourself to the Bali as well?
Yes, yeah.
So a lot of people ask us how like room requirements work and like how that happens. So as a solo traveler, what was it like kind of sharing a room with someone that you didn't know beforehand?
You know, I was so excited to do it because as soon as I found out that I was going to share in a room, I was so excited because I just thought like that's like it's more than the friendship really. That's like best friend vibes. And I loved it. Like I was with a girl called Sophie and she was so chill, but was so similar. And it was just like having that person to talk to all day, every day, just about everything. And yeah, it was so nice. And also like I think a lot of people worry that you're not going to get on with each other, but like I say, like, you're all sort of in the same boat and you're all quite like-minded. So I think, yeah, I think everyone worked on our trip.
Yeah, totally. And we always try and kind of pair people together who we think might kind of have the same personality and things after chatting to them. So I'm so glad that you kind of were in a good position with Sophie. So that's so good to hear. I'm going to segue onto kind of the trips themselves now. So obviously we know that you went to Bali by yourself, then you met people, and then kind of went to Thailand and did the Thailand trip. If you can rewind again back to these trips when you were actually on the trips, what would you say was the best experience out of the Bali trip and then the best experience from the Thailand trip, if you can remember?
Oh my God, you testing me now. This is in June. I'd say the best Bali experience was, oh God, it was either the volunteering in the schools because that was honestly incredible. Like just seeing the kids and like you literally brightened their day. They were so happy. I loved that. Or I spent my birthday in Bali as well, and that was like the best day ever. So like that day, like we woke up with the sun, went for a sunrise swim, and then we swam with turtles, we went snorkeling, and then we went to like a little pink beach club in Gilly Tea on the night time, and that was like best day ever. So I honestly couldn't choose between those two.
Oh
But
my God, what a birthday, by the way. That is
I,
actually
I know,
amazing.
no, I
Oh,
know I was like 21 in Bali.
oh my God, that is actually so good. What was the teaching like in Bali? Because obviously I haven't been on one of the trips and I always have to promote kind of the volunteering aspect because I love it so much, but I've never actually got to experience what the volunteering aspect is in Bali. So what was it like when you were doing the volunteering placement?
It's incredible. Like it's pretty hands on. So before you go away, you get given like obviously a education pack that you can do, which really sort of like gives you a few materials to teach when you're over there. But the teacher sort of like gives you free reign, and we were like playing hangman, heads down, thumbs up. Like the kids just having the best time ever, and then they were teaching us like their favorite like schoolyard games and things. Like it was just so wholesome. I loved
Oh,
it.
that is like something that'll stay with you for so many years as well. That is just so,
Absolutely.
yeah, wholesome. It's such a good word to use. That is just, oh, so nice. And it's good that the activities that we include range from volunteering in schools to say like swimming with turtles like in the sea. Like there's always something for someone, which is like so good. So Bali sounded fantastic. I mean, you had a fantastic 21st, which is amazing. And then obviously you did your volunteering, things like that, which is great. What about Thailand? What would you say is the best thing in Thailand that you did?
Oh gosh. There's so many to choose from. Oh gosh. I would say obviously we're doing volunteering in Thailand as well, and it was very different because the kids there they're not surrounded by as many English people. And I really noticed the change of like the English wasn't as good and it was quite harder to teach, but also like so much more rewarding because they love singing and dancing. I don't think they get to do much of that, and they had the best time ever doing that. But I would say for Thailand, honestly, it would have to be the street food. I'm such a foodie, and like the food in Thailand. I mean, I was literally living on like one pad thai a day. It was horrendous, but it was so good.
Nice. That is one thing that I really need to experience is like Thai street food. I'm very much not a fussy eater. Like I will eat crickets. I want to do like all of that jazz. Did you eat anything like that when you were there?
Oh my god! On the first day, I ate a frog leg and I spat out. I was so disgusted in myself.
So pad Thai is kind of your
Pad thai was safe.
yeah, that's like the limit you'd go to then is pad Thai. That must be
Yeah.
gorgeous though, pad Thai in Thailand itself. Like I'm not surprised you ate that every day.
Honestly, it was like £1, £1.20 for a pad thai.
Oh
And
my
then I
God.
came home on this like pad thai craving, and it's like £15. I'm like, sorry, what is
And it
this?
just doesn't hit the same. Like, it's not
It doesn't
Thailand
hit the
pad thai.
same.
Oh my God. Did you go to the 7-Elevens over there?
Oh my God, yes. The cheese toasties.
Can I have like a
That
bit
was
of
like,
a can I have a rundown of what, because everyone hypes up 7-Elevens and I'm like in Thailand and Bali and I'm like, what's the hype? Like what was so amazing about it?
everything. I can't even tell you everything. Everything that you've ever dreamed of is in a 7-Eleven.
Wow.
Like, finishing a night out and then going for a cheese toasty, and they warm the cheese toasty up for you. I've never experienced it like anything like it in my life.
Oh my
Fantastic.
God. Co-op could
And
never.
the co-op could never.
Oh my God, that's amazing. What else in like Thailand or Bali kind of gave you a culture shock like compared to the UK? Because obviously it's far away from the UK and I know that they have very similar shops and things, but was there anything that kind of struck out and you're like, oh my God, this is so different from the UK?
Honestly, and I would say in Bali, everything is pretty similar to the UK, because I think I was really like scaremongers going over there, and people were like, you know, it's a third world country, how are you going to survive? But I mean, they literally have like Bolt and Gojek, which is like our Uber. And I mean, if you get an eSIM, then you've got data on your phone, and it's literally just like being at home, but way nicer and hotter. Honestly, I wouldn't say anything about the culture really shocked me. I would say how nice the people are. That was a big culture shock. How grateful people are that you're buying something. I mean, you could literally go to the shop and be buying a bottle of water and they're like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, so, like, grateful of everything. And just, yeah, like, all the people that I met over there were just all so incredible. And, yeah, I would say that was the culture
Yeah,
shock.
that's something that I like to hone in on a lot is some people get really nervous before going to somewhere like Bali or Thailand, even just like Asia in general, that it's just going to be completely different to the UK. And I mean, Bali at the minute, it's getting pretty westernized, I would say, as in like there is a lot of things from over here, but there is still a lot of the traditional Balinese feel as well. Because we get so many people who will say, I don't want to go to Bali because it's just like America now. And it's in the sense that there's like shops that are very UK orientated and American orientated, but the temples are always going to be there and the Balinese culture is always going to be there. So I think as much as it gets really, really popular and people think it's getting westernized, it's always going to have the culture, the history, the people. The Balinese people are some of the friendliest people like in the world. We get stories of people who go and they'll speak to like a server in a restaurant and then next thing you know they're getting invited to the server's house to have a meal with the family. Like it must be amazing and it must be feel quite fulfilling, especially going to like little stalls or markets and buying something from them and then being so appreciative.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think the culture is something that Bali will never lose. Like, in terms of being westernized, like, I would say yes, in terms of, like, the beach clubs and the restaurants, and but that's not a bad thing. Like, it's really good. It means you're getting good food, and I would say, like, to compare it to Thailand, in Thailand, it's quite hard to find food that isn't Thai. It's not hard, but it's not as common, I would say. But in Bali, like, every restaurant is like burgers or pizzas, or like, I would say that's the good part. But like when I was in Bali, like I'm quite spiritual and I'm really into that stuff, and I went to see healers, and like in Thailand even I'd done like a retreat with like Buddhist monks, and it's just like that sort of like culture that they'll never like get rid of, because the people are so like just so spiritual, and like I don't know, I love that side of it.
Yeah, and it's just, don't you just wish that the UK was like that sometime?
Yeah.
That is just gorge, yeah. I mean, I imagine that when you go to Bali and you speak to the locals and stuff, that it just feels like a different world compared to the UK.
Everyone is just so happy. And then I came home and everyone's so negative. I'm like, oh my God, take me back.
Take me back to Bali, oh my God, please. That's kind of a good thing why I should ask you, Amy. Obviously, you've done solo traveling a lot and now you're going to live in Bali, which is just absolutely fantastic. To people who were kind of in your position before going to Bali and who are thinking of going solo traveling, but they might be like a little bit scared, or they might be a bit tentative about it, what's your advice on solo traveling? Like, why would you recommend it? Why do you think it's good?
I would say honestly, just book the trip. Like it'll be the best thing that you've ever done. And I think even if you're thinking about it, then it means that like it's always gonna live in your head if you don't do it. And like right now, like you're literally the youngest that you're ever gonna be. Like you just need to book the trip and do it. Like it was the best thing I've ever done in terms of like confidence, like figuring out things on my own. Like you learn so much. Like being in a situation where you're on your own, you're like, well, like no one's gonna help us here. I've got to do this myself. And even just little things like before I went away, I didn't even like really going shopping by myself. And then obviously when you're by yourself over there, it's like, well, I can't just sit in the hotel room all day. And you make a life for yourself, and like moving city to city, you get in like a sort of groove, and you realise like what makes me happy travelling. And for me it was like the gym, and like finding new gyms all over the world was so cool. But yeah, I would just say like if you've got that thought in your head to like you might want to go, honestly just book it.
Yeah, 100%. And I think as soon as you get that little inkling that you want to do it, I think just act on it, because years go fast, and like by the time you know it, you're going to feel like you're too old to go solo traveling. Then you're like, oh my god, I wish I could, and you'll have so many what ifs. So I know loads of people who are just like 18, 19, and they just want to start it, and I'm like, just do it. Like even if you just do one of our trips, because at least it's stress-free, you get everything included, and then you might go on solo traveling by yourself to like so many other destinations. It's just good if you do it whilst you're a bit younger as well, because then it sets you up for life. You get the confidence, like you said, it matures you get the independence. So yeah, I totally agree with kind of everything you said there, Amy, 100%. And I'm so excited that you're going to Bali in Jan. Are you excited?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm worried, to be honest, because I've literally got like no, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't got a place to stay. I haven't got work, but it'll work out.
That's the beauty of solo traveling. Just figure it out when you're there.
Absolutely. Like, when I went away in June, I didn't have a return ticket, and I was like, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. And, like, everything just sort of, like, found a place, like, literally perfectly. And then I was like, wow, this has been amazing. Like, I couldn't have planned it better if I tried. So I know that when I go out in January, it's going to work out.
Life has a way of just figuring it out for you, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, for sure.
100%. So last question, Amy, for this podcast is, obviously we are further travel. We have Camp Thailand, Camp Bali, everything like that. You've done 2 programs with us, which is just amazing. If someone is on the fence about booking with Camp Thailand, Camp Bali, why would you recommend to kind of book with us?
So I would recommend a book with you because you're an English-owned company, which I think is so important, because a lot of the companies out here, like, they're not quick in getting back to you, or maybe, like, their support isn't very good, where, like, Camp Bali and Camp Thailand support has been so incredible, even in terms of, like, when I was debating on booking, like, I had a contact that I could, like, message, and like, I felt really reassured in that way. The local tour guide is such a huge thing. Like when I was researching to go away, I looked at a few companies, and they all sort of had like English tour guides, and it's not the full experience. Like when you have someone that's from there and tells you like the real lowdown, like that's like honestly incredible. Oh gosh, everything, like the volunteering that you offer is amazing. The trips, the length of the trips, God, honestly, just everyone that's watching this literally just needs to book it, because it was the best summer of my life, and it'll be the best thing that you ever do.
Oh, spoken like a true professional, Amy. Love that. I'm so glad you touched on the local guides as well, because I take it for granted working here that our local guides are a part of our trips, but they are some of the best people that we have kind of in the extension of our company. Like they get amazing reviews by everyone who goes on the trips, because like you said, they give you the real lowdown of the island.
Yeah.
They know exactly where is good, where's bad. They know the little shortcuts to get to places. And the good thing is, if you're in a situation with the local guide where, I don't know, someone might be asking you to pay more than what you think it's worth, they can speak the language and they can translate and they can do things for you that like English guides wouldn't. So that's great that did you like your guides? Were they good when you went?
Oh my god, amazing. So we had Rika in Bali, and she was literally like such an angel. Like, I remember she went to Fins with us, which is like the big beach club in Bali. And she was like a little bodyguard, bless her. Like, any man that looked just the wrong way, she was like, like, she was class. And like that's actually not in the job description. Like, it's not included, and she just wanted to be there with us, which I think really just says everything. Like, the tour guides do just go above and beyond, and it's so much more than like I was scared it was going to feel like a school sort of thing with like a teacher, and it's so much more than that when like your tour guide wants to go out like drinking with you and like surfing and paddleboarding, and like honestly, if I could take Rika home in my suitcase, I totally would have.
Oh my God, love that. That is amazing. Yeah, we get such good reviews on them, so we are literally so thankful for them. But Amy, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. It's been fantastic chatting with you and kind of just hearing about your solo travelling journey as well. Like, I'm so excited for you to go to Bali. I feel like you're going to be your utmost spiritual self and you're just going to love it. I feel like you're going to inspire so many other people who want to go solo traveling as well. So thank you for coming on. It's been fantastic. If anyone watching has kind of any questions or queries about our trips, about Amy's trip, by all means, you can message us as well. Amy, I don't know if you want to kind of put in your social medias if people want to speak to you as well.
Yeah, so you can speak me through my yoga page. It's the _, and that's what I'm going to be doing in Bali as well. I'm going to be doing an online yoga teacher training.
Oh my God, I love this. This is like the best. This is so Bali.
It is so Bali.
I love it. Oh my God, that is amazing. So yes, you can reach Amy over there. And if anyone has any questions about our trips in general, you can visit us on our website, which is campthailand.com, which also links to Bali, South Africa, all of our other trips, and you can also check out our social media and you could give us a call as well. But thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you on the next episode of the Further Travel podcast. So bye everybody.